I'm Bonni Kelley, and I have Pono Wellness Spa. I'm a graduate of National Holistic Institute, and we are going to share how to make your own scrub and some variations of. We're going to do just a really basic scrub, and that's going to be 1 cup of sugar, and you can use salt. The nice thing about sugar is it does tend to be more moisturizing. Salt tends to dry a little bit. They both give you a really nice exfoliation. And we're going to be doing a 1/2 cup of oil. Today I'm going to be using coconut oil. It's my oil of choice. I really like it. It washes out well. It soaks into the body well. It's readily available. I personally use good old Costco's organic virgin coconut oil. And I find it is very smooth and nice when it's been melted. We also use almond. You can use any sweet almond, olive. Preferably try to find something that's organic because a lot of your clients are going to ask you about that. And then you can add any essential oil of your choice. We're going to use lavender today. We like doTERRA. You can also, there's lots of oils out there, but do try to get something that's been therapeutically grade so that it's nice and natural and organic, and you don't have any problems with your people will reduce some of their sensitivities. So we're going to start with, and give yourself a nice big bowl. This tends to be sticky, so you want to make sure that you give yourself some room. So I'm just going to put pretty much all the sugar in. I'm going to leave a little bit out so that I have just a little bit of play if I want to change the consistency. So you can see we're just putting that in the bowl. And then I like to just kind of pour it around, and I'm not going to put all of it in. I did about, I don't know, 2/3 of it. And you're just going to stir it really well. And I like it a little bit dry. If you get it too wet, it ends up being a gooey mess. If it's too dry, it ends up everywhere but on your client or on you. So you can kind of see it's kind of starting to stick together. I'm going to put a little bit more oil in this. And what's nice is if you put too much oil, put some more sugar in it. And you can get creative and add, you know, oatmeal, different herbs. You can put some rose petals. You can kind of do some fun things. But this is just a really nice basic. Let's see how it's kind of sticking together a little bit so that I can put it on and keep it in one spot. So I'm going to ask my trusty, oh, I also want to put a few drops. And I would always start with less. This, I'm going to do 2 drops. And here again, if it's 2 more, it's just stronger. But your good quality oils, a little bit goes a long way. And you will find when it's fresh, it's very aromatic, but after you put it in the jar and it sits for a while, you'll notice that it really infuses into the substance of your scrub and just really gives you a really nice aromatic quality. So I'm going to have my person sit down. This is Brandy. Actually, I'm going to put a towel down. And if you're doing this on your massage table, lay a towel underneath whatever area you are scrubbing. And I'm just going to take a little bit. So I'll just have, you know, this maybe 1/8 of a cup. And you want to rub vigorously. And you kind of do in circles. And notice my little circles, and I'm just kind of going around in my little circles. Bring her up a little bit. You always want to make sure, give a little extra attention to elbows, knees, when we get to the palm of her hand, all the little places where she tends to get calluses. For a massage therapist, you want to kind of, you go right around your cuticles. It's going to help smooth those down. And I kind of, here again, as massage therapists, we use our knuckles a lot, so really take that. And this is a great treatment just for your own hands. If you've been gardening out the day before or this time of year in the winter. I'll flip over. And here again, nice small circles. And I'm putting a little bit of force, but you notice how she gets pink? With your more fair folks, kind of keep an eye on that. But notice how this is pretty stimulating. But that's part of the great thing about it is it stimulates the blood flow, which is great for your skin, but it also kind of helps with a little bit of a detox, and especially if you're using a salt scrub. How's that feeling, Brandy?
It feels good.
And see how her hand gets all pink. So I'm really kind of concentrating in some of these little places where they get calluses. And then when you're doing it, especially for yourself, kind of get between the fingers as well. And then there's two things. I happen to have a cabbie, so I'm fortunate to have nice warm towels on hand. And I like to, if I'm doing the towels, I like to do this in two, there you go. Two towels per little area. You can do it with one. And if you don't have a cabbie, I used to use this bowl and I put really hot water because of course it's not going to stay warm, and I put a couple of towels either under it and over it, which helps hold in the heat. But if it's warmer, as long as it's not burning them, the warmth feels amazing. And I'm just kind of sponging her, just kind of doing some compressions. I'm going to roll your hand over. Make sure we get her elbow. And then this part, I'm just going to kind of, and here, this is when you really want to stay over your towel. And even though, if you notice, I really did kind of drag it along, but see, there's still a little bit of sugar, so that's why it's nice to have the second towel. However, if you are doing this for your own hands, so your hands all nice and soft for your clients, you can just wash it off. And so this towel, I'm going to kind of try and get it off of my hands too. And the nice thing about this is you've just exfoliated your own hands while you're doing somebody else too. And you want to make sure you kind of go above the area you just did. And I will tell you right now, you are never going to get every last little crumb off. It is what it is. They'll be able to wash off and it's all good. Okay, Brandy, I want you to feel that hand compared to the other hand.
You can hear it.
That's when I would have them when they, especially if we're doing a whole body, is just let them know to go home and just take a shower. But we're at least getting all the little extras off, and there's still going to be just a couple of little grams left in. And that's how to do a scrub yourself. Thank you.